name's Calvin Hafley. Let me get you a shot of the audience. Welcome to my demonstration speech. Member 1, Member 2, and a dog. Alright. So, most of us are limited to studying from home, utilizing various computer monitor and laptop display technologies to do our work, which is important. So it's important to know just how much these technologies have evolved over the past century and have a decent understanding of how each of them function. It's important to note, when viewing any display, the viewer isn't actually seeing a moving image. What they're actually seeing is a series of still images being changed very, very quickly in order to create an illusion called persistence of vision. During persistence of vision, the viewer's mind is filling in the gaps in between the different photos to cause them to believe they're seeing a moving image. The first ever technology to utilize this illusion to its advantage was the film projector. The film projector has an extremely bright lamp, and behind it, a concave mirror. The concave mirror redirects as much light as possible towards the condenser lenses. The condenser lenses do exactly what their name suggests. They condense the light and focus it very narrowly onto the film. The film is continuously being reeled in front of this light at a speed of 24 frames per second in order to cause that illusion we spoke of. The film is also filtering the light, basically allowing some colors to pass through while blocking others. After the light has been filtered by the film, it moves on to the projector lens. The projector lens does the opposite of the condenser lens. It expands the light, and the light continues to expand all the way until it reaches the projector screen. The projector screen is essentially a blank canvas. It reflects that light back into the eyes of the audience. This is a great technology for theaters and auditoriums, but it's not very convenient for offices or homes, which is why the CRT was a gold standard for many, many decades. And the CRT has a very, very unique way of displaying light. So it essentially has a vacuum-sealed tube with an electron gun in the back. In the 1920s, scientists discovered that electrons, negatively charged particles, have an easier time flowing through vacuums than normal air. The electron gun in the back continuously streams these negatively charged electrons into the vacuum tube. This is where they become attracted to the positively charged anode near the front of the screen. The front of the screen is also coated with a phosphor carbon that reacts to the electrons hitting it by glowing. The electron gun is continuously streaming very quickly, building parallel lines, one on top of another, much faster than the eye can see, in order to build the final image that's seen. The original CRT televisions had only one electron gun. This meant they could only display two colors, black and white. Later models included 3 electron guns, which combined to show red, green, and blue. Red, green, and blue can be combined to show countless different shades of colors. The biggest drawback to CRT displays would be bulk. If you want to increase the screen size, you must also increase the vacuum tube size, leading to television sets and computer monitors that were extremely heavy and bulky. Another big drawback would be power efficiency. A typical CRT is 4 times less power efficient than a comparably sized LED. This is due to the light source of an LED. As the name suggests, the light source of an LED are light-emitting diodes that are aligned in columns and rows behind the screen. What controls the brightness of an LED is the screen itself. The screen is filled with liquid crystals. These liquid crystals act like shutters, constantly regulating how much light passes through the screen. When these liquid crystals receive electric current, they align with each other in parallel, allowing light to pass through the screen from the LEDs. When they don't receive electric current, they remain unaligned and they don't allow much light to pass through. This leads to the biggest drawback of the LED display, which is contrast or lack thereof. Basically, in order for an LED to display any image at all, these LED lights must be turned on. And while the liquid crystals can block most of the light bleeding into darker parts of an image, they can't block all of it, which can lead to shadows that don't appear as dark as they should, or dark parts of an image appearing more blue than black. This problem is addressed by the OLED display. The OLED display, or organic light emitting diode, doesn't depend on LED backlights in order for light to illuminate. Instead, each individual pixel of an OLED is its own unique light source. You see, each pixel is filled with a carbon-based organic matter that responds to electric current by illuminating. It's sandwiched in between a negatively charged cathode and a positively charged anode. All the television has to do is tell each pixel what pixels to light up and what pixels to dim down. The result of this is dramatically improved contrast, oftentimes 100 to 1,000 times greater than a comparable LED. That's not the only selling point of an OLED, however. OLEDs can also be extremely malleable. They can be bent and folded into many shapes and sizes. There are also OLEDs that are transparent. They're completely see-through, while still being able to show images. So, in summary, the technology used to display moving images to audiences has changed greatly over the years, but that's not an excuse to ignore the artwork from the past. Thank you for watching. One more shot of the audience for you.